Hey, I've got a question for you. Yes, you, the guy with the 02 pillow. What is humankind's greatest invention? Air conditioning, the internet, Arby's 2 for $6 everyday value, or feminism? If you answered anything, you're wrong. The answer is anime girls. More specifically, monster anime girls with human-like features. By that, I of course mean cat girls, demon girls, elf girls, the list goes on and on. Unfortunately, these divine beings only exist in the realm of fiction, and I don't think we'll be getting them in the real world anytime soon. Human technology just isn't there yet. But while you and I wait for Daddy Elon to create a company with the sole purpose of researching real-life cat girls, we can bathe our eyes in their gloriousness through other ways. Aside from the usual family-friendly cultural websites, my favorite source of anthropomorphic anime girls is this game right here, Blue Archive. Now, before I go any further, you might be thinking to yourself, it's true, monster anime girls truly are one of the greatest things to ever happen to humanity, but they could be better. Well, my fellow weeb, you are correct, they could, but what could make them better? Bigger titties? Well, yes, bigger titties usually make things exponentially better, but no. Maid outfits? Well, I guess I could just go and rewatch Nekopada for the 16th time if that was the case. I got it. Guns. Big fucking guns. That is why I was so hyped for this game to come out. Also some other reasons of course, but let me just give you a brief overview of what Blue Archive is. Blue Archive is a gacha game made by Nat Games, a Korean game development studio, a subsidiary of Yostar. A gacha game, as you may or may not know, is a game where you collect characters and other stuff through a lottery system. Usually you pay a certain in-game currency for a chance of getting a certain character or equipment. A lot of people look at gacha games as pay-to-win games, and in a sense, they are right. By paying for more quote-unquote lottery plays, you are statistically more likely to get a good character or piece of equipment than someone who didn't spend any money. But at the end of the day, what you're really relying on is luck. A lucky free-to-play player will probably have better characters and equipment than an unlucky non-free-to-play player. Now, let me warn you right now, this game was released in Japan and it's only available in Japanese. But don't worry, if you're playing on BlueStacks, which is an emulator, you can just press Ctrl-Shift-L and it'll translate whatever's on the screen for you. If you're playing on your phone or another emulator, Now before I tell you how the gameplay works, let me just show you the variety of characters this game provides you. It caters to every taste you could possibly have. Demon girls, it has it. The more usual cat girls, it has that shit too. Oh wait, you're a casual that only likes regular human girls? Don't worry you fucking default, this game has it as well. Cat girls, demon girls, fox girls, dark angel girls, big titty lolly nurses, you name it, it has it. Now we move on to the gameplay. The gameplay in this game is very simple. It is GTA 5 if you applied a bunch of mods to switch out every character for chibi versions of anime girls. It is fucking amazing. I didn't know that I needed to watch anime girls shooting each other in the middle of the streets until I started playing this game. On a serious note though, the gameplay is actually decent. Each girl has an active skill and a set of passive skills. Each active skill costs a certain number of points to use, indicated by the number on the top left of the card, and you get those points over time. The girls are divided into two categories, strikers and special. Strikers are the girls that are actually on the field, you know, the ones shooting the shit out of each other in plain daylight in the middle of the streets.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no.
Special girls won't be on the field, they just provide support using their skills. They heal, they stun enemies, you know, shit like that. Each girl also has a different position. Some girls stay in the back, like the ones that use sniper rifles or heavy machine guns. These girls usually deal the most damage, but also have less health. You also have girls that stay in the middle, and they also deal some pretty good damage. And finally, you have the girls that take the front. They are mostly tanky/bruiser-ish units. The enemies in this game also have different colored health bars, indicating which attack is most effective on that enemy. You have a total of 4 colors, red, yellow, blue, and purple, with each girl in the game also having different types of attacks to match those colors. So you have to build your team while keeping in mind the types of enemies you'll be facing. I'd say this game isn't actually really hard at all if you just keep leveling up your girls, and you get level up materials pretty often. As a matter of fact, you get almost everything pretty often in this game. I haven't run out of any currencies yet, except for this blue gem, which you use for recruiting new girls. And speaking of which, you might be wondering what the rates are like for the gacha. Now, if you're a Genshin player like me, you probably aren't too picky when it comes to rates. I mean shit, Genshin has a 0.5% rate for 5-star heroes, and the way things are going for me in that game, I'm fairly certain that I must have been like a serial killer or Adolf fucking Hitler in my past life, because holy shit, God fucking hates me when it comes to Genshin luck. But when it comes to Blue Archive, the rates are actually pretty good. The 3-star girls, which are the rarest and often the strongest, have a rate of 2.5%. It actually took me 70 pulls to get 3-star girls, which is actually some of the best luck I've had in a gacha game in a long time. Also, just look at this summon animation. It is so fucking adorable. And you can tell whether you just pulled a 3-star or not based on the color of the signing area. If it's pink, congratulations, you just got yourself a 3-star. If it's blue, well, suck it up champ, you might at least get a cute lolly. By this point, you're probably thinking, wow, okay, GTA with anime girls, big fucking whoop. Okay, shut the fuck up for just half a second and let me present you my favorite aspect of this game. Dating Simulator! That's right, you can go on dates with each and every single one of these anime girls, and you can talk to them via this chat thingy called Momo Talk, that's the name. They all have pretty characteristic personalities, and even I, who usually skip everything story related in gacha games, found myself paying attention to these stories. Also, just thought I should give some context. You are a teacher at a school where girls shoot each other in the streets. I think, I'm not really sure. Like I said, I skip most of the story in these games. Not to mention my Japanese is hella scuffed. I only know about 500 or so kanji, so I can't always read the story fluently, and I gotta keep hitting the translate key all the time, and I just can't be fucked. It's truly a pain. But anyway, the dating isn't for nothing. Aside from warming up your dark cold heart, you also get bonuses for ranking up your relationship with a girl, like giving them a little extra attack or HP, and you can also unlock these lobby animations to keep you hypnotized. It's pretty neat, I'd say. Now think about it. What does this game have up until now? Anime girls shooting each other. Check. Dating sim. Check. Could this game get any better? Well, hold on to your dicks because it can. As if all those things weren't enough, you also get to run your own goddamn cafe. I mean, kinda. You have this cafe system where each day a selection of girls come to visit, and when they do, you can raise your relationship rank with them by giving them gifts and touching them. That kinda sounded weird. You tap on them with your finger and your mouse. That's it. The cafe also works like one of those offline farming systems where you can get money and energy over time. You can also decorate your cafe in order to increase the so-called comfort level, which allows it to generate more resources. You can also upgrade the cafe so more girls come to visit at a time, and you also get a bunch of other bonuses. Now, the only aspect of this game that I didn't really like is, well, the bugs and the crashes. I mean, this game has been out for about a week at the time of editing, and there's a lot of crashing. It is very common for you to just be in the middle of a fight or in the main menu and you try to do something and the game simply just returns to the title screen. The developers even acknowledged this. They started doing some maintenance. They also recommended you to lower the graphic options in the game because apparently that solves the issue. And I did lower the graphic options and it actually did solve most of the crashing. But there's also a problem with connection. Now, that might just be because I live pretty far away from Japan. Now, my internet doesn't actually give me any trouble with the games most of the time. I don't really have a lot of connection errors in a lot of games. But with this one, it is very noticeable. Every time the game is trying to connect, it shows a now loading thingy on the bottom right. And it shows up pretty often and it keeps loading for like 10 seconds sometimes. And oftentimes it actually gives you an error, a connection error, and you need to retry or click OK so you can go back to the title screen. And I mean, it kind of sucks, but then again, if you're in the middle of a battle and the game crashes or you get a connection error, you can always come back to the same battle later. The game saves for you. So at least we get that sort of comfort. But yeah, that's about it for Blue Archive. I mean, I've played a bunch of gacha games in the past few years. I've played Epic 7, Genshin, Date A Live, I played DX2. I've had my fair share of gacha games. And I would say that up until now, this one is actually one of the best. I still think Epic 7 is my favorite gacha game out there. But yeah, I think this game has about everything that I like. It has anime waifus, it has guns, it has anime waifus with guns shooting each other, dating simulator, which I fucking loved. Yeah, I mean, this game is, I would say this game is pretty fucking good. Usually I review games based on how shitty they are, and if I'm gonna do that here, then this game gets a 0. Or actually 1. Just because of the bugs and whatnot, the crashes. Yeah, this game gets a 1. It's not shitty at all. It's a 1. Yeah, that's about it. If you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a dislike. And yeah, see ya.